I'm going rogue, friends. You've been warned. This is not an approved recipe. This is nothing. This is me going rogue. This is my kitchen, my rules. If you are a canning fanatic, by the rule fanatic, you might want to just like swipe here, because just swipe. Let's save us all a lot of headache. This is my recipe. I'm just going. So going from the recipe that was in here on making low sugar berry jam, I'm going to see if I can make a low sugar pear, vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg jam. So I'm going to peel these guys. This is the last of a box of pears that I got from a friend. She gave me a whole entire box. I gave her a whole box of cow bones. I think that was a really great trade. Have you seen the price of cow bones in the store? Let's just carry on. I'm going to peel these, chop these up, and we're going to see how much we have. And then we are going to work with our clear gel and try to figure out the measurements of everything that I need and see if we can do this. If not, oh well. Literally, oh well. Let's go. Somehow I think it's gonna work. I just think it's gonna work. First up, some lemon juice, a little water. Every time I peel them, I'm just gonna stick them in lemon water juice so they won't brown as quickly, right? That's the deal. And then I'm gonna put on some nice music while I peel these guys, and then we'll start making this. Finally, I just cut the last pear. They're all in here. Now, time to get measuring. The recipe calls for increments of 4 cups of crushed fruit, so I am going to be measuring 4 cups of crushed pears and see how many 4-cuppers I can get. Let's go. So right now all I'm going to do is chop these pears up into little sections and try not to get all of the water all over everywhere. And then I'm going to take a potato masher and mash them down and see how many batches I'm going to be making of this. Oh joy. I ended up with 6 cups, so I've adjusted the recipe and I'm putting in that correct amount of lemon juice. Here's to work. Okay, so I make my own vanilla, and sometimes you have spent vanilla beans. So I take my spent vanilla beans, the ones that I've sliced down the center and I've cut them in half and I've chopped them all up and I've put them in and I'm going to scrape the caviar out of the inside of this, and this is the vanilla that I'm going to add with a touch of my homemade vanilla. Sounds good to me. I think it's a go. Let's do it. Now I'm going to do half a teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and then we're just going to start the whole process. And I'm saving my peels and my cores for my brewer friend. I'm sure he'll do something with them. Actually, I've saved the cores and the peels from the entire box for my brewer friend. There's lots of Ziploc bags in the freezer waiting for him to come pick them up. Now I can call him and tell him it's a go. He's so excited. It literally smells divine. Just reminds me of fall, right? Some of you asked me if I had to mix it with water or anything. I do mix this with the clear gel with cold water when I'm, and kind of shake it around, when I am making a meal, like a chili, a soup, a stew, or something like that. I mix the clear gel, I throw in some cold water, shake it up in a jar, and then I pour it in before I'm at the very final stage. But this recipe calls you for taking the sugar and mixing 1/3 of the sugar that you're putting in the batch, 1/3 to 1/4 of it, and mixing it in with the clear gel. So I'm just making sure it's really well incorporated, and then the whole thing's gonna just take place. I can't film it because it just like happens so quickly. But I will come back and talk about it in just a minute. Let me tell you what I'm doing, because last time I had a really huge mess, like all but like 2 or 3 jars when I did the clear gel did not seal. But the other ones did seal. I'm working before it cools down. So what I'm doing is I'm leaving a little bit more headspace, because the sealage was because the clear gel expanded. So instead of a 1/4 inch headspace, which is normal for jams, I'm doing 1/2 inch headspace. I have some people that do pie filling with 2 inches. We're just going to see if 1/2 inch will do, and next time, if it doesn't, I'll just reduce it a little bit more. I ended up getting 7 half pints. 7 half pints, and now we're going to taste it. This would be great with pork chops. Yeah, I'm going to save the rest for my husband because we all know he's going to eat that, right? This is really such a fast jam. It's done. It's 10 minutes of processing. It's going to go sit and veg while it cools down, and then I'll check tomorrow to see which ones have sealed. And we will talk about all the things I made with the pears in the next video. You guys have a great day. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this batch. It cost $1.89 for me to make. I got 7 jars out of it. Right now I'm removing the rings and testing to make sure they all sealed. What I am seeing, because remember the first batch of clear gel products I had a really hard time with the sealage. Like 2 of them did not seal and they were gunky like crazy. These are beautiful, not gunky at all, and they have all sealed. So what I'm going to recommend is when you are sealing with clear gel, for me, what I am going to do is I'm going to do 1/2 inch headspace. Because a 1/2 inch headspace, because the clear gel likes to expand, 1/2 inch headspace is perfect for it to expand. And look, it looks like it is a 1/4 inch headspace right there. Yeah, this is the perfect headspace. Anyways, let's get down to talking the nitty gritty, right? Let's talk about how much it cost while we clean them. So it was $1.89 for me to can this with the clear gel and the little bit of sugar that I used. And I got 7 jars out of it. That means it's 27 cents for a jar. 27 cents for this. Now, I was looking at the grocery store, and the grocery store in my area, the cheapest I can buy jam, correct me if I'm wrong, but why is jam so expensive? It's $5.39. $5.39 for a jar of jam. I'm like, but pear jam is different than strawberry jam. I'm still flabbergasted though. So it would be $37.73 for me to buy 7 jars of jam at the grocery store. Taking that $1.89 that I spent on all of this stuff, because remember the pears were free, they were given to me in exchange for bones. That means I have a $35.84 savings. $35.84, people. That is enough to buy a water bath canner. Not enough to buy the utensils, but enough to buy the water bath canner. So there you go. There is no reason why you cannot, other than time, start canning and saving money. Literally. There you go. You guys have a great day out there. Don't forget to label, and now you know what I know.